Hey guys, what's up? Victor999 here, and today we are reviewing Four Swords Adventures. If you guys are unfamiliar, hey, I'm Victor999 and I have been playing every Zelda game chronologically. In the last video we did, I played Twilight Princess and reviewed that, so go check that out on my channel if you haven't. But now it's time for Four Swords Adventures. If you guys haven't seen my other videos, I have been streaming as I play each Zelda game, so if you guys kind of want to be a part of the ride before I do these reviews, go ahead and check out my Twitch. My link is in the description below. If you guys are excited to see all the other games I review, and if you guys have liked this series so far, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let's just get into it. So to begin, our first category is the controls. So I did play this game on an emulator, just like I did with Twilight Princess, and I used an Xbox controller and programmed it to the correct buttons. It works seamlessly. I would give it a 9 out of 10, once again, no issues, but you could, in some instances, you could tell, hey, this wasn't made for this controller, but overall, it works seamlessly, no problem. I would love to know, though, how it ran on its original system and any different quirks that happened because of that, but I had no problem at all. On to our next category, we are talking about storyline and lore. This game was kind of random to me when I first started playing it because before chronologically is Twilight Princess. I thought it was kind of random that Vadi was the main antagonist, or so we thought, and I felt like it was a weird place, like to the extent where I googled like 6 times to make sure that this was the right game I should be playing next chronologically. The storyline and lore though does tie together with Minish Cap, and I couldn't play Four Swords just because I didn't have a person to play it with, but I would assume with Four Swords as well. The storyline definitely had its references back to Minish Cap, so storyline and lore wise it wasn't completely off the handles, it wasn't a complete reintroduction of anything, except for me, once again I didn't play Four Swords because I couldn't. But there was a Ganon I wasn't familiar with in this game. It was a blue beast Ganon who, he was literate. He wasn't completely like, you know, wild with rage. That was new to me. The goddesses, I believe they were called, had references to other games in my opinions. Just, they were color based, right? There was a yellow dressed goddess. There was a blue dressed goddess. There was a red dressed goddess, you know? So you could kind of infer like, hey, this is probably who you are. And then of course there's Zelda, who in this game was blonde, looked a lot like the Minish Cap Zelda. So lore-wise it kind of tied back in together with that. And Vadi, of course, you know, the eye and his whole shtick was very much back to that. But overall, it wasn't anything life-changing, you know, storyline and lore-wise, but I thought the storyline was good, and it didn't go too far off the rails. It didn't add anything that confused the audience. I just felt like more, how does this follow Twilight Princess? So that just might be a me issue and it might follow well. I just didn't quite see. So overall, I would give the storyline and lore a 7 out of 10. The next category is gameplay. I had a lot of fun with this game. I've realized that I really enjoy 2D Zelda games as like a 3D open world type of girl. I've really enjoyed these 2D Zelda games. I just feel like they're so straightforward. You're not gonna get lost. You're not gonna get confused about what your goal is. And I've really liked that about this. I mean, like, unless you're in the Lost Woods, which I had a little bit of troubles with when I was playing. Can I not leave? Okay, I was like, I hate this. What am I doing? But overall, I was like, these are straightforward and easy and you know what to do. So the gameplay was great because of that. I thought that there was parts that were a little challenging because 2D games have their weird, you know, mechanics that don't always work out how they were intended. But overall, I had a lot of fun. It was a good challenge at times. It wasn't, you know, excruciating, like I don't want to play this game anymore. It was good. I had a lot of fun with the boss battles. So with each temple, there was a boss. So there was about 6 bosses, and that was each level that you would do. And I had a lot of fun with all the bosses. None of them were too difficult. There were some that I liked more than others. I thought it was very well done. One of my favorites of the game was the bird that would fly its head into the rock and you go in the rock and slam it with a hammer. I just thought like, this is silly, but it was cute and I enjoyed it. There we go. This is a cool boss mechanic. I enjoy this. Oh, mask is off. Mask off. Fuck your mask off. So as I mentioned, the game was divided by levels. So there was level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there was different subsections of each level. And on the 7th level, there was a pre-boss. Spoiler alert, the whole game leads you to believe that Vadi is the main antagonist in this game, which makes sense. Like, if you played Minish Cap, and like I said, I don't know much about Four Swords, I hope to be able to play that someday. but it looks like Vaati is going to be the main antagonist. So when you get to level 7 and you're getting led up to everything and you fight Vaati, and then you quickly realize, hey, that wasn't the end of the game, you have another boss to fight. It's like, oh my god. But you don't find out until, I'll correct myself and put it on the screen, but I believe you don't find out that Ganon is even in the game until about level 5, I think, so 2 levels before the end. And I remember just being like, okay, everything's going so. I thought Vaati was the. Huh? Vaati? What's that? No, Vaati's old news. Ganon, the King of Darkness. Forget Vaati. Because somebody mentioned, like, the Dark One or the Beast or something like that instantly triggered. That's not Vaati. I know who they're talking about. And then later, I think they specifically mention Ganon. Or I believe in this he's called Ganondorf, although he is in his beast form. But I really overall enjoyed the gameplay. Like I keep mentioning, it was challenging at times, but not too bad, and it was just fun and pretty relaxing overall. I was worried at first because you have to power up your 4 swords throughout each level, so you have to collect these gems. And people warned me, make sure you're collecting every gem because you don't want to not collect the amount you're supposed to collect and have to restart the level. I didn't have any problems with that. I thought it was a cool aspect to get you to interact with the world and not just head, straight to where you need to be. But after bosses, they would drop a bunch of gems if you were close and you didn't make it, or maybe if you didn't even grab gems at all the entire level. So overall, that aspect, it didn't really add much for me, but it didn't really take away much from me. It just helped me explore the world, which I probably would have done anyway. So gameplay overall, I would give an 8 out of 10. Like I said, there was nothing like overly special, but it was cute and it was fun and relaxing and it had little bits of challenge to it. On to our last characters is side quests and side characters. So this game doesn't necessarily have side quests, but there are characters you meet, of course, along the way. I enjoyed the characters you met and how some of them do tie back into other games. Like there's Lon Lon Ranch and there's Malon and there's Talon and just different aspects like that where I was like, oh hey, like I know you, that's cool. Isn't it from Phantom Hourglass? Is that where he's from? Wind Waker, okay. Okay, two more. We're almost there. I love how they're just standing there like, what? But like I said, there wasn't any side quest necessarily, so you couldn't dive too deep into that. But all the characters that you met that weren't the main characters were all great and nothing too special overall, so I'd give the side quests and side characters a 6 out of 10. Alright, so in conclusion, we have a 9 out of 10 for the controls using an emulator and an Xbox controller. We have a 7 out of 10 for storyline and lore, we have an 8 out of 10 for gameplay, and we have a 6 out of 10 in side quests and side characters, leaving us with a 30 out of 40, which is a 75%, roughly a C. I feel bad for 2D Zelda games because I feel like they just have so much to compete with other games, so if they don't tie in lore or throw in some new cool aspect to the game, then it's not going to compete with those 3D Zelda games on a scale like what we're talking about right now. But I would absolutely recommend this game, and I had so much fun with it. And I thought that you could play this co-op and all the 4 little links, you could be all 4 of them. Or you could play a co-op like I just said and have each character be a different 4. So overall, it's a great game and it's fun to play. It's hard to compete, with other games in terms of this grading scale. I did enjoy Minish Cap a little more, and if you guys want to go check out that review video, you absolutely can on my channel. I do have a special love for these 2D Zelda games, and I hope that I will see one that was like Minish Cap, where I was like, oh, this is new, this is something new to me. And I just feel like Four Swords Adventures was probably, I haven't even played Four Swords, but probably very similar because it reminded me a lot of Minish Cap at different times. So those kind of seem kind of like, a trilogy in their own way. So like I said, please go play this game if you can. I had a lot of fun with it. It's relaxing, it's fun. If you could play it with friends, I bet it would be even more fun, but kind of chaotic. It might ruin your guys' relationships and whatnot. If you have played Four Swords Adventures or Four Swords or any, 2D game like this that normally isn't very popular or has a bad rep, let me know in the comments what you liked about it, what you disliked about it. I feel like it's really hard for me when I'm talking with other people about Zelda games because 2D Zelda games aren't really mentioned. They're not very popular. No one's played them. Nobody wants to play them. And I'm having so much fun with them. So let me know your guys' opinions in the comments below. I am currently playing Wind Waker. I'm finishing up school right now, so I'm kind of just really busy right now, but hopefully Wind Waker will be finished up soon, and then we'll move on to the next game. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will see you guys in one of my next videos, whether that is the Wind Waker review or otherwise. I will see you guys then. Bye, guys.